This is Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. We're here on PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So this is the first new entry in this franchise in a very, very long time. And I'm not kidding, like, genuinely a long time. So if you were a fan of this franchise, I guess you've been waiting what feels like probably an eternity. Holy, could I get out of this? So the last entry was with the GAROU Mark of the Wolves in '99. It's been about 26 years between entries. So, you know, it's definitely been a while. If you are a fan, I am getting pulverized out here. This is unbelievable, actually. So yeah, anyways, the Fatal Frame series was definitely a thing in the 90s. There was like several different entries, and yeah, it's been gone for a very, very long time, and they're finally bringing it back. So lots of changes have happened in the fighter series, I guess you would say, like just in terms of different fighter games that have gone on over the last 20-something years or so, last couple decade and a half amount of time. It's a long, long time for a franchise to be away, so this is basically reinvigorating the franchise and bringing it to the modern era. There's a plethora of fighter characters to choose from, a bunch of different environments to battle against, and a selection of different modes to enjoy, whether you're doing that locally or online. There's a lot to battle and learn and play. Wow, this is ruthless here. I'm trying my best, but yeah, no, you are powerful. Appreciate you are preaching to me here and just pulling off great dodges. I love the backdrop with the hippo. It's pretty cool. So, all new REV System supercharges the excitement, a brand new toolset of movements and attacks. There's also there's standard kind of battling, and then there's also like an arcade battling option. Two control schemes, basically, is what we got. Arcade style is more precise, while smart style allows you to perform flashier moves, you know, when you're fighting against each other, which is kind of cool. So it's basically newcomers, they've got an option that makes it a little bit easier going, and, you know, the seasoned veterans, they've got, you know, the setup for you if you want something intensive. And then, as I said, there's just like an absolutely massive roster of characters with different designs and then choices for aesthetics and things you can, you know, get. 22 characters, 17 member roster of familiar faces, and new blood. And then, of course, there'll be seasonal stuff, like season passes, that you can grab more additional characters. There's like a single-player RPG mode, episodes of Southtown, so you kind of square up against contenders under different fighting conditions to get XP, leveling your fighter, building out your toolkit, and making your way to glory in the Fatal Frame series. But no, it's kind of interesting to see fighting franchises return, especially since we don't really get fighting games as often as we used to, if that makes sense. Like, you used to get one like every few years for a lot of franchises, and now it's like, you know, several years, some of them you see between releases. Still waiting for a new Soul Calibur, and it's been a while, and it took a long time for the last one to come out. Not necessarily, you know, on mind here, but when I play a fighting game, I'm just thinking about poor Soul Cal. But I guess I would also think about those that were waiting for this franchise, because, you know, you've been waiting nearly 30 years to get a new entry, so hopefully you enjoy this one gameplay-wise, I guess, because, you know, who knows how long it'll be till the next one comes out. But they also tend to last longer, these fighting games. They have like a wealthier selection of like post-launch content and updates, and yeah, they tend to, you get a good one and they just kind of stick with it, and it goes on for a long time, which is great. Definitely some style, I will say, and great character movement and fluidity, but I am not getting good wins going on here. I'm just getting KO'd like crazy. So anyways, it's a 4K resolution, 60 FPS, pretty straightforward, runs smooth, looks good, runs fine. It's got a neat art aesthetic to it. These ending sequences are kind of weird though, because it feels like the audio is like really slow compared to, you know, the character having their win freeze frame, and yeah, kind of interesting there. But you can see wide range of different environments. Is that a bear in the backdrop there? That's cool. And then, you know, different color options. And you can choose like flux, final ratio, control scheme, arcade, smart. We'll do smart this time around. Versus Marco. I'll do flux. Let's get an odd aesthetic vibe going on there. Let's do it. Anyways, it seems like a good amount of characters. Seems like it's got lots of content, so you can kind of do like quick play, you know, quick kind of arcade, quick matches locally against AI or against the, you know, somebody if you got like a pal or something like that. And then online multiplayer, there's like a great selection of things with like lobbies and everything like that to set up and play if you want to go in that direction. And then of course, like I mentioned, there's a bit of a campaign as to say that you can work through. And then there's training options. The front menu thing is like one of the... I can only describe it as one of the strangest UI setups I've ever seen. Like, it kind of makes sense, and it's basically comic book panels. I don't really know what the vibe was that they were going for there, but I guess maybe comic book panels, but it's very weird UI, the main menu, and could be a little confusing for some people, but... they definitely give you a lot of rundowns so that you can, I guess, get good at this game, as to say. And there's not really graphical settings, there's just like a blur setting that you can change if that is something that matters to you. That's in the settings. But other than that, pretty straightforward. You can adjust the music to a degree too. There's like they got like a jukebox thing, and it's got some like classic music and tunes in there. And I guess this is like a bit of a special edition access I have or something, and there's some costumes or something I got. And yeah, it's a pretty full package of, yeah, pretty cool fighting game. Like honestly, it's been fine. You know, I've played a lot of fighting games over the last decade or so. Quite honestly, I've really done my best to catch up on things. I'm not necessarily great at this one because I'm just getting blistered and obliterated by some of these guys recently, but yeah, it seems relatively fine and, you know, smooth and looks good and gives you a lot of different vibes, and it's got all the stuff you want from a fighting game. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you just gotta focus up a little bit like that. That's great. So I think you should be pretty happy if you're wanting, you know, a new fighting game to play. If you're like a fan long-term of the series, I think it would be really hard to... See, I'm not sure what the expectations are going to be like, because, you know, fighting games have completely evolved past anything that happened a decade and a half ago, or 2 decades and a half ago, right? Like, it's a completely different space for gaming. So I don't really necessarily know if you're going to be pleased or whatnot. I can't speak for that, because I'm just, you know, kind of jumping in here and taking a look at this, because I thought it looked neat, and I like the odd fighting game. But I can at least say, stylistically and stuff, it looks nice, and it plays cleanly, and it's got like a fun vibe to it. How did I end up losing that? That's just so ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. So... I don't know if there's like little smaller technical details that some people might have like issues with for one reason or another. I'm just not that like, you know, in the know with this franchise, but hopefully this gives you a bit of an idea of the characters and the levels and the fights, so you can see if it sort of hits your vibe or if you're into it. So it's kind of cool that basically that a series like this can come back after so long. Typically, you would assume it's just going to be forgotten to time, so kind of good on SNK for resurrecting one of their franchises, IP and stuff. Because I've heard of Fatal Fury, but yeah, I guess it was gone for a while, and familiar faces returning, some new faces to battle against, and I'm sure they're gonna add to that over time as this continues to evolve, and hopefully it's a pretty proficient. This guy has such a weird fighting style. Hopefully it's a proficient fighting game for you that are fans of what this has to offer, but hopefully that kind of breaks everything down for you. And I'll leave you with some non-commentary gameplay from this point forward.
2, get ready. Fight, S.P.G.
You ready? Too easy.
Freestyle, freestyle. Shattering.
You ready?
Shattering.
You ready?
Punch.
Whoops. You ready? Yeah. Too easy. Gotta love it.
Let's try!
Tomaru. Wait.
Right, so you want flames to appear when you step on stage. And you're offering how much? Well, okay, I guess I can help you out. But just this once.
This fight had better be good.
Come on. Gato versus Tizar.
I'll rip you to shreds!
I will win this match for my fans!
Round 1. Get ready. Fight.
Look at you! Is that all? Let's go! I failed you!
Wait.
Wasting my time.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight. S.P.G.
Just look at you! Holy Just look at you! You need right and wait! Where you belong! Amateur! Amateur! Just look at you! Hercules throw! Just look at you! An active time bomb!
Tizar.
You!
Wait.
As long as I have the will to fight, I shall!
Final round. Get ready. Fight. S.P.G.
Foolish! Just look at you! Big! Not so fast!
Right punch. Right punch.
Fight and wait! Look at you! Just look at... That's it, hurricane!
Tizar. Wait.
Even with all your skill, you are missing something. You lack compassion for others. That is why you will always fall just shy of greatness.
Got it. I'm in.
Right. Let's go then.
Vox versus Billy.
Farewell.
It's not your lucky day. I'm in a rotten mood.
Round one. Get ready. Fight. S.P.G.
This one's worse! Big mistake!
Goodbye.
Bullseye! Bullseye! This one's worse! Dead here! Bullseye!
Goodbye.
This one's worse!
Billy wins.
You're in over your head.
Round two. Get ready. Fight. S.P.G.
Bullseye! Up and away! Bullseye!
Goodbye.
Now I have you!
Here. Goodbye.
This one's worse! This one's worse! Burn to ash!
Billy wins.
I hear you've seen your share of bloodshed, but clearly it's not enough. I see weakness in your eyes.
All right, time to go to work.
I got this.
Kevin versus Ronaldo.
It's a bad day to be you. Are you gonna come quietly?
Let's have some fun. For the love of the game.
Round one. Get ready. Fight. S.P.G. Gotcha. Wide punish.
Push like this!
Incoming! Incoming! Wide punish.
Push like that!
Ronaldo wins.
How about that?
Round two. Get ready. Fight. S.P.G.
Now or never. You need a hand?
Wide punch. Incoming! Incoming! Skylight! Bring it! Incoming! Skylight!
Now we're talking.
Skylight! Kevin wins.
That all you got?